everyone, welcome to Raptors Knoll Disc Golf Park. Today we're going to test out the new releases from the Trilogy lineup. My name's Stewart McIsack. I'm new to Latitude 64 for the 2019 season. So today we're going to give you a bit of a sneak peek of the new course, which is going to be host to our BC Open A-tier tournament later this summer. But we're also going to check out the Vandal, which is new from the Dynamic Disc lineup. We're also going to check out the Pioneer, which is with Latitude 64. It's their Overstable fairway. And then we're going to check out the Latitude 64 Recoil as well. So right now we're actually here at the 5th gold tee box. And the ideal shot on this particular hole, if you want to play quite aggressively, is to go just down the left side with a turnover that's going to hold. And we're going to get you, if you want to play for an eagle on this par 5, you can get into the slot in the trees and then make your approach once you're down there. More conservative shot would be maybe take something like a Pioneer, forehand it, and just get something down in front of the slot so you can throw something with a fairway. So on this hole, we're going to check out the Vandal, and we're going to compare it to a couple different discs in the lineup already. One disc that I love so much is the Stag, and it flies very, very similar to that. And this is the hybrid version. And then we're also going to check it out with an old Opto Saint, something that is a very glidey fairway, but this has been beat up quite a bit, so it's got more turn in it. All right, let's check it out. Okay guys, we're going to throw the Vandal first. One of the things you'll notice about the Vandal right away is that it's not flat or domey. It's actually got a really consistent curve across the top, which I like. It feels nice in the hand. Immediately taking it out, I was like, that's really comfortable. The other thing that I've noticed about this disc that I haven't seen anywhere in the Trilogy lineup yet is the wing. The curvature to the bottom, back to the bottom of the plate, is actually like a steady line. It has no concave curve to it whatsoever. So that gives it a bit of a different feel than you might be used to in any other disc. All right, let's see how they fly. So you can see it's got some nice turn, and if it just stabled out a bit, that had too much turn for this particular shot, but it never really threatens to roll into a roller, which is really nice. So we're going to compare that to the Stag, okay? About the same speed, about the same glide, and we'll just see if it gets about the same flight. Again, it's got that long turn, and again, not threatening to go into a roller, but holding the turn a little bit too long for that particular shot. I think it has something to do with it going downhill. Oh, the Saint, really popular disc with Latitude, and this I expect to fly more turn, okay, because it's that much older. So we'll try to give a little wider berth and a little more edge. So that's a little wider. There's that turn, and that's pretty well in a good position in the center of that slot. So one thing you'll notice about those discs, they all hold really good turns. So they're going to be amazing for intermediate players, beginner players, because they got that understability. But even for somebody that throws a little bit further, what's great about them, they're not going to threaten to fold into a roller, but they're going to have that nice, long, glidey turn or hyzer flip in the woods and really controllable fairway. Okay guys, we're now on the 7th gold tee pad at Raptors Knoll through the technology and space travel and whatever we did to cut right here. This is where we're going to test out the Pioneer. So this hole actually demands a shot that gets maybe flat in the middle zone, but is going to finish left of the hazard that you'll see up there. And there's an orange stake up there. Now, I don't think I have the power to get a Pioneer there. I think for me, most commonly, I'm going to throw a Felon that's got a little more mid-flight glide to get that extra bit of distance here. But this is a good spot to try it out and let you get a good sense of how they fly. So the Pioneer has a very flat top on it, so you expect it to be overstable as soon as you grab it. The rim is maybe slightly smaller than a Felon, but I don't know. I'm really bad at that kind of stuff. So I know how it flies, and I know it feels comfortable in my hand, and that's why I like to throw it. So we're going to throw the Pioneer first. Then we're going to throw this Sparkle Felon I got from Chubb Disc Golf in Indiana. So shout out to Chad. And if you're in the Midwest and want to check out a good retailer, Chad is definitely one of those guys. So I got the Sparkle Felon for him. We'll try that. Then I have a first run Eric Oakley Lucid X, and these are quite overstable. And then a disc I'm not too familiar with, but everybody wants to try it out against it, is the Ati. So we'll give that a shot for you as well. So we'll start with the Pioneer. So I gave that a bit of a rip. It's starting to finish real hard right now. Oh, and with a great skip, that might be actually in a really good spot. So let's try the, we're gonna try that Sparkle Felon. I released that one a little bit higher, but you see it got flat, and then as it lost its speed, it's now dumping left. So that's on a really good line to the pin. I think I threw it too high to quite get it there. So let's try the Lucid X. I'm gonna try to put a little extra mustard on this one for you guys. Well, that's about as hard as I can throw it, and it didn't want to get flat, and it just wanted to get left. That's an awesome disc for forehand flex shots or really good utilities. So let's try the Yahtzee as well. And I'm getting old and tired, so I'm breathing kind of hard right now. Man, that thing is stable. Holy cow. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a more overstable version of the Lucid X Felon, get an Yahtzee. That thing is insane. It's like throwing a manhole cover. It just goes nowhere but left. So pretty good for shot shaping or forehand flicks or stuff like that. But I'm interested to see where that Pioneer versus that Sparkle Felon finished. So let's go check it out. Okay guys, we're here at the green now, so we'll just show you. So the Yahtzee is, no surprise, the shortest. It's maybe 45, 50 out, but on the right line. The Sparkle Felon is next shortest, but to be honest, I threw it a little high and I took some off of it because I know it has that mid-flight glide. I'm trying to get it close. I probably should just thrown it the same as the Pioneer, but this is going to be probably further than the Pioneer. The Oakley had some mid-flight glide, or not really, but it's not as stable as the Yahtzee, and it finished the most left. Didn't get to the ground as fast as the Yahtzee, and then the Pioneer, you know, it got a great skip actually and got parked. So skipped off our hazard area over here, and yeah, what a great disc. Really controllable, very dependable flight. So I'd compare it to a instability wise between the Lucid X and the Sparkle, and in distance wise, I would say it's slightly shorter than a Felon in general because it just doesn't have that ability to get flat. And Shazam, we're at the first tee now of the course, and we're gonna finish where we start usually. This is a par 4, so this is where we're gonna test out the recoil. And this shot actually demands that you get something maybe a little bit flat through the mid-flight, and you wanna finish up on the hillside over here to have your open approach deck down the hill into what we're calling the boneyard down there. So I'm gonna test out the recoil against a brand new Trespass we just grabbed out of the Ace Runner stock. So hey, if anybody's looking for Trilogy just anywhere in Canada, you know, there's only one place to get them, and that's at acerunners.ca. So check them out for all your needs. And then I have a white Bio Defender that I've been using for 2 or 3 seasons. This actually surprisingly was my go-to forehand disc. It's still got lots of stability, but I think this will be 3 great comparisons for you. So let's start with the recoil. By the way, the recoil, again, like the Vandal, very steady curvature across the top. It's not flat, it's not domey, it's very consistent. So that makes it really comfortable for me. It's got a wider rim, so I'd say it's in the 12-speed zone. I think that's what they're gonna call it, as a 12-speed. And yeah, it's quite comfortable. I would compare it obviously to a Trespass, which you'll see in a second. So that was a little low. Gave it a little hyzer, it flipped up and rode straight. Not my best throw, but let's try the Trespass. I'll try to throw it on the same low line. So that one I got a little more on, and it has a little bit of turn in the mid-flight, but that is much more ideal shot for this hole here. And then one of the discs in my bag is that Bio Defender. Let's give it a go. Again, a little bit of edge, a little bit of turn in the mid-flight, finishing left. So here's what I would say. The recoil, I didn't give my best shot on it. Maybe we'll try to do one more bonus throw here for you. The Trespass is not quite as far as a Defender, but the flight characteristics are about the same, a beat-in Defender versus a brand new Trespass. And I'd say the recoil is about the same as well. So we'll go get them. I'll give you one more throw with the recoil, and then we'll do a little bit of a review for everything. Okay guys, went out and got that recoil for you. We're gonna give you a bonus throw. So we'll see if we can put a little bit better move on it and get it down that fairway, see how it compares. I left the trespass and the defender out there so we can see how it finishes. Oh, that was a much better move. Nice and flat, little bit of turn right away, a little higher up the hill, so I didn't quite get it on the line I wanted, but that should give us a good indication of both stability and distance. So we'll come back in a second. I'm gonna run out and get those, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about all the discs and how they compare and a little bit more about the area we're in. All right, thanks. Okay, so we're gonna do just a little bit of a recap. Couple things you need to know about where we're throwing and so forth. Right now, we're about 330 feet above sea level, so discs here, typically you're gonna find more understable. Also, it's about 5 degrees Celsius, so for those Americanos, it's about 41 degrees Fahrenheit here today, so a little bit chilly, and there's almost no wind today, so great day to test out some new prototypes in plastic. So the Recoil, great controllable, stable driver. I would say this is gonna be a 12 speed. They say the glide's 4. I think it's a little bit glidier than that might suggest, and it does come with a little bit of a turn out of the package. My power, controllable power, is probably 425 feet. That's pretty consistent what I'd throw a drive at, and this has a touch of turn for me already. The Vandal, let me tell you, I loved this disc when I first got my hands on it and it came out of the package. It's really comfortable. I threw it once and I couldn't really think of what it felt like, and it took me a while. Then I started throwing my hybrid Stag next to it, which I love that disc, and this is very similar to that. So tons of glide, easy fairway. I do throw Stags as rollers, so I could see this being a very good roller disc as well. And then finally, the Pioneer. Probably the disc I was most excited to try out and get in the bag. Like I said, it's very similar to a Felon. It's probably a touch slower than a Felon and a touch more overstable than a Felon. So if you're looking for something with more finish, but the same feel and dependability as a Felon, then the Pioneer is definitely the one to go for in that one. So if you guys like what we've done today, then we'll probably do the other 3 prototypes that are out in a later session. But you know, let us know. And if you ever need any Trilogy plastic here in Canada, you know, go out to Ace Runners. They've helped put this together today, and they'll be able to set you up as they get all the new releases that come out. Thanks so much, and have a great winter, you guys.